Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Beautiful people, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. As always, boys and gals, my name is ATX Crypto. We're diving in, talking about a question that might be on some people's minds, definitely on mine, saying, is everyone jumping to chase meme coins, right? Is everyone jumping shit to chase meme coins right now? Bitcoin currently sitting at $61,647. And could Ethereum get approved for an ETF this month? It seems like a lot of people are pretty positive about that kind of stuff happening. So in this video today, we're just kind of having some fun diving into those topics and checking it out. What's up, Lord of the Ponzi? How you doing, my friend? Hope everyone, as always, guys, is having a fantastic day, boys and girls. Let me get some music going in the background, play some things so that way everyone can enjoy some nice jams. Oh, I thought, anyways. My dog's playing outside. One of my dogs is playing outside the room right now, and it threw me off because I thought there was still music going in my office. But anyways, let's dive into some charts real quick, guys, and then we'll be checking out some news, having some fun, and just checking out what's going on in the overall ecosystem right now. So currently, right now, today's price for Bitcoin is sitting at $61,611. Let me actually stop sharing that real fast and do this a different way. Here we go. There we go. Much better. All right. So Bitcoin currently sitting at $61,602 right now. And something that I've been seeing is this kind of pattern that we've noticed previously with Bitcoin. When it starts these little pumps happening, we can't really get out of this zone or rally that we've actually kind of gotten in right now. So you can see we were on a little bullish trend right here. Of course, it did go a little bearish here. We flipped below. And at that point in time, it did try pushing price up again. Something I was just paying attention to was really as of March 20th, we started some little bullish trend, but we couldn't quite break out of this $71,000 range that it's been nice resistance on multiple times. In fact, you can see on this chart alone a nice triple top chart type situation happening. So it has tried multiple times of breaking out, not quite breaking through, breaking out, not quite breaking through, and breaking out, not quite breaking through, therefore followed by plenty of resistance to follow after. Something I'm just seeing on the chart right now is similar pattern is starting to form for me right now. I'm seeing the first little circle top right here, cycle top, if you will. Second cycle top around the 66. Again, this is around 67 up here, 66, 65 around here. And then again, depending upon where we end up, I'm seeing maybe another little top of a resistance right at 65. Now, things to pay attention to on trend lines in general is when things do actually break below trend, it does tend to actually continue to go toward that direction. So you can see once the trend line is set and it does break below, if it can't come back and push back through it, like you can see this one here, it did try to push back through it at this point in time. It met that resistance at that trend line and then of course fell from there. So paying attention to what we're seeing right now on this particular trend line, it's either going to bounce off of here, bouncing us back above this 65K, 66K range, which is kind of what I anticipate at this point in time, or we actually end up breaking down, going back up, meeting some resistance at that trend line, and then going down some more. So if things were to end up playing out in a similar pattern as what has been done in the past already, let's just do a little bars pattern here. From the time it actually broke out to the overall new start of the trend line right here, this is kind of what I can anticipate the market to do. I've been calling for this for quite some time, so it's just a matter of when we get there or will we get there. But I do believe that 50K Bitcoin or even 55K Bitcoin is still in sight. Now, again, that may shock many people, and this is not here to shock, it's here to prepare you, because I do believe that a lot of people are now jumping ship for other items, such as the whole GameStop situation happening. If you haven't heard already, Roaring Kitty has made a comeback on this one at this point in time, and the market has halted on a couple of different times trying to stop the price from going up, as it does have to do with order books, liquidity, and all this other items that are going on overall. Just a matter of what actually happens next. So GameStop has been going crazy, and I know a lot of people are actually playing this game where they say, these aren't doing anything, crypto's not really moving much, why not go ahead and get into a meme stock or even a meme coin? I've been seeing so many people jump ship and go over to the Solana network for a matter of fact, or as a matter of fact, to go start playing around with the meme coins there. It's just a matter of, again, is that the right move? I can't tell you what to do with your money at the end of the day, and you got to make that decision for yourself. Some people are going to do very well making that execution and making that trade. Majority of the people who end up doing stuff like that end up getting wrecked. Are you outside of the majority in this situation, or do you want to take the risk and try to run it that way? Everyone's got to make that decision for themselves. But as you can see here, even before the weekend started, we had this trend line set all the way back from the middle or the end of April. And it was kind of forming a situation on this little downward triangle or descending triangle that you're seeing right now. And right now we're just holding this level as a support. The 60,000, 61,000 has been a pretty strong support level, which is why I kind of drew this down as I did right here. And I can see it continuing to be this same area that we are pushing down. If you do want to see some bullish momentum, we must break out of this triangle and then push back and start breaking into those higher high situations. And until it actually gets there, a lot of people are just bored, unfortunately. And when people are bored, you do crazy things sometimes, man. And that's what's happening with a lot of the ecosystems in particular. I'll even say with PulseChain in particular. Now you can see we drew this back over here in the end or at the beginning of May, saying, here's the areas of paying attention to for trend lines that you're seeing right now. Here's where we've had some support. Here's where we've had some resistance. We didn't pass those resistance levels. And so at that point in time, once you do not pass certain resistance levels, it does tend to go bearish. And you can see we've had this descending parallel channel as well. I can still see us bouncing off here. I think I called that overall on the weekend. Saying I was calling for around 2,800 Ethereum at that point, or close to about 2,800 Ethereum at this point in time. Ended up being, oh, I'm drawing right now, that's why. All right, sorry about that. Draw 2,800 Ethereum at this point, and ended up being, roughly in this little ballpark of 29, starting to play in this little zone. Now, paying attention to next areas, if you really wanted to be checking overall where we could be seeing some resistance, some trends, and everything like that. Right from the jump, I'm just going to draw a line right here, just so that way we can at least check, because we've got multiple instances of where we've touched as support, resistance, and actually bounced off or bounced through. Next level wouldn't be until roughly about down here in the 26 area. So these are the new areas that I'm going to be focusing on if we do continue to go down, as it does appear that the market is just bored, unfortunately, right? We had the Bitcoin halving news already happen. The ETF for Ethereum doesn't look like it's going to get approved, but some people still believe that it just might get approved. So it's just a matter of if, I guess, should I say it's a matter of when, not if. It is definitely going to get approved. It's just a matter of when. Checking out the PulseChain ecosystem, this hit several people as of recent. We just hit the 1-year mark on PulseChain, by the way. So congratulations to those of y'all who have been around from before even the sacrifice period started and actually stuck out through this entire time and continue to stick out through this entire time, because it was 2 years of waiting for PulseChain to launch, 1 year after PulseChain, and you can kind of see where everything is right now at this point in time. Even just going based on SAC price alone, currently down roughly around 43% right now. So a lot of people are bored right now, right? And looking at the Pulse X price, 4024, kind of a similar situation, right? Roughly around 76% down from SAC price at that point in time, waiting really since December of 2022, right? So they've been waiting for quite some time around these areas, around these times. People are kind of getting bored, unfortunately, right? And this is where you are going to end up slipping up, or going to end up kind of missing out, unfortunately, which happens so often. Not going to say that making one of those trades isn't going to be beneficial to you. All I'm saying is sometimes when you get caught up in that cycle, you end up wanting to continue to make more additional trades. And instead of just going back saying, I was patient for 3 years, I got bored, I started trading, I made some money, I'm going to go back to being patient again. Most people don't end up doing that. What happens is you say, I was patient for 3 years, nothing happened, I started trading, I made some money, and then I went crazy and I started trading even more, and then I lost it all. That happens so many times, and I don't want to see that happen to anyone. Unfortunately, can't save everyone. That's just not possible. So make sure that you're doing the decisions that are going to be benefiting you going into the future, not necessarily what is a short-term benefit again, some people can make that trade and switch in the mindset very easily, but once that trading gets unlocked and the Pandora's box of trading happens, it gets a little bit crazy to close that sucker, because again, greed is a SOB. Incentive token currently sitting at $2.88. This has been nothing but pure profit the entire time, as there was no sacrifice for it at that point in time. Again, there's been some points in time where you could be purchasing it at a much higher price than it currently is right now, so that is what it is. There were also times when you could be buying it for a much lower price than it's currently at right now. So just depending upon where you are at, perspective is always going to be a factor in what you're looking at. So keep that in mind when you're looking at any of this information. Hex is a similar situation, currently sitting at 2084, and currently eHex over on Ethereum, or Hex over on Ethereum, currently sitting at 2018. The ratio is still around 1 to 4.82 at this point in time. Checking out some additional tokens over here while we actually see this real quick, we can see we had the PulseX chart drawn up real quick. Again, this is on the weekly chart. We have essentially got a few red candles in a row. I think we did hit a green candle on this one, plus 1.7% or plus, yeah, 1.76%. Other than that, in the last few months or weeks, it has been red candles. This is when people will get bored, unfortunately. They say, man, I've waited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now we're on 10 weeks of red candles. Good gosh, man, what is going on? What can I do? And this is when you're gonna say, man, I've waited this long already. I'm just gonna either sell my bag or sell the position or eat whatever I have or whatever the case may be, and I'm gonna go get into the newest thing. Be very careful about that. But I do see a lot of people jumping ship, unfortunately. You hear it a lot from, you know, whether it be the Twitterverse, whether or not you look at it from the Reddit threads. And again, not everyone is supposed to make it. Not everyone is going to make it. Goodness gracious, I got hair in my eye like crazy. Not everyone is going to make it. That's just understandable, or should I say, you can expect that to be the case. Keeping that in mind, we are forming essentially a local bottom. We have formed these areas before where we have plenty of resistance and support around this 4023 range. Not going to say it can't go lower, but again, if you're looking to make some purchases, these are really good ranges to start making some buys at. And the off chance that in the near future, we'll say next 3 to 6 months, things start taking off, folks. And again, it doesn't really take too much to get us back above where we were up here, where you start looking at a 4x price difference, which we've seen these 4x price moves in the span of like 11 days before, right? Like, it happens super fast. You go weeks, if not months, of just waiting, and then all of a sudden it just shoots right up to the 4x range. And then everyone who is chasing all of those meme coins basically get left behind. So that's just how the cookie crumbles, which is why whatever you're holding, hold what you got, man. At that point in time, there's no point in trying to like trade out of that at this point and trying to get into some of the newest things that are happening. Just let it do what it does at this point, folks. That's just one of my sayings. Again, that's what I'm doing, at least in the bare minimum at the end of the day. Looking here on the daily for the Hex chart as well, we are bouncing all within the 20 average or 20-day moving average channel and playing all within this range. Again, this is just kind of one of those things that we've been bouncing in these ranges for, I mean, heck, now all the way since the end of March, really, right? I mean, that's whenever you started getting below the 1 penny level. I think the 1 penny level was hit right at the end of March. We've just kind of been bouncing around this range since that time. So 47 days of sideways, if not a little bit lower action, and that gets people shook. Unfortunately, this is when people make some rash decisions. Do not let your emotions get the best of you, or at least that's what I can share the information with you. Now, again, incentive token, it's one of those things that I am seeing just plenty of support around this like $2.75 range at this point. So kind of one of those things. Can it go lower? Sure. I see the $2.30 range come into play, $2.40 range come into play. Again, you're talking a difference of like 50 cents overall. And if you actually look at the overall chart, the difference is like 16% from where we currently are, where those prices would be at that level. Keep in mind, I just don't think that's enough for me to be like, man, I'm just going to hold back and wait for us to hit those prices. Could we hit those prices? Absolutely. But if you're holding dry powder right now, waiting to deploy that capital, I think one of the smartest things you can do is at least get your foot wet, folks. Put your foot in the water, get in something. That way, in case we do rip all of a sudden and we start bouncing out of these little ranges that we're in right now, you got yourself something. You weren't waiting for these prices down here that may never show up. Now, could they show up? Absolutely, folks. We've seen this story play out so many times. So I wanted to share that with every single one as well. That way, hopefully, if you are sitting on the sidelines waiting for something to do or waiting for some spare money or whatever the case may be, I think now is still a pretty good time around these prices for all of the ecosystems of PulseChain right now. Again, we've had several red weeks of red candles. We had the one green week right here where we just closed last week at 0.36% above on a green candle. So again, woohoo, the green candle. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to share that information with anyone who is kind of like sitting on the sidelines right now, curious as to what's going on, sharing some information on prices, and again, just saying hello to some beautiful people who have been waiting here the entire time, folks. Again, we've got PulseChain as 1 year old now at this point in time. PulseX is 1 year old at this point in time. Hex on PulseChain has just been copied. All of the ERC20 tokens, by the way, if you don't know, Hex is an entire system state fork, or PulseChain is an entire system state fork of Ethereum, meaning anything that was on your Ethereum wallet as of May 12th of 2023 is on your PulseChain wallet right now. All you have to do is just simply connect the RPC, which, by the way, if you don't know, I can share an easy website that I would highly advise using, especially if you're just connecting to different networks. If it's something you've never done before in the past, simply go to chainlist.org. This has plenty of the great websites that you can actually be diving into. So if you're looking to connect to any of these chains, easy to do right here. PulseChain is simply right here as well, and you can open this up and see all of the RPC addresses. You can look at the latency, you can look at the score, and you can simply connect wallet right here if you would like to within your own wallet. That way, it just adds all of the RPC information. If you are connecting, I'm a fan of using the WSS protocols, but again, you can use the HTTPS, you can use the WSS. Any of these are plenty good for you. Keep in mind, you can decide to choose whichever one you would like to choose. Obviously, if you see an X on it, I would just not connect your wallet to that particular one, but there's plenty of other options here. So I wanted to share that with anyone who may be new to the ecosystem of crypto in general. Guys, chainlist.org is a great website that you can use to connect to all of these different networks that are out there. Again, there are plenty of them out there. I have a video showing how to go from Arbitrum 1 using SparkSwap Bridge over into PulseChain, where fees are very, very cheap. When Gwei is this low, I just advise going through the regular process. If you can, you end up paying a little less fees. Using the bridge.pulsechain.com, for example, if you aren't familiar with which bridge I'm talking about. So keeping that in mind, for Gwei, come on, that is definitely the time to be transacting for sure. So those are all what I have there. Let me read some beautiful chats real quick, read through some news as well, say hello to some more beautiful people who have been coming on in as well, and see what we got going on. Give me 1 second. Oh, did I just read it? Bloomberg. Okay, there it goes. Now they're saying it's unlikely. I appreciate that. All right, going back to the chat real quick. We got Lord of the Ponzi in the house saying, I'm still here. Pulse Nation, LFG. Let's go, my friend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jason Smith, what's good? Prospector, hello, hello. The real question, where's my 100X? Yeah, dude, for real. Like, oh, man. And dude, the day is going to be glorious, and it's just going to be something you're going to look back at, and it's going to happen so fast. That's the craziest thing ever, man. Like, when pumps happen in crypto, they're so freaking fast. And most of the time they cause FOMO, and even more pumps to even just cause a little more FOMO effect and more green candle effect and all of it. But boy, oh boy, man, that 100X is going to be glorious. I'm telling you. Anita, hello. How are you? What's up, Christopher? What's up, dude? What's up, Dr. H? I hope all y'all are having a fantastic day, y'all. Alan says, hopefully there's an oil baron or Nigerian prince about to dump millions into PulseChain, lol. Yeah, for real though, right? What's up, Marcus? How you doing? JJ Feke says, I'm still long and strong on PulseChain, baby. For sure, for sure. Christopher saying ATX is the only one so far keeping me sane. Well, I appreciate that, my friend. Extra T-shares, much love, much love. So, diving in, we got the Bloomberg analyst finally coming through and saying Ethereum ETF approval unlikely. It was supposed to be, I believe, May 16th for an approval chance to actually happen. I just didn't really see that being the case, but let's just read this over here. Bloomberg senior ETF analyst Eric said spot Ethereum ETFs may never be approved due to SEC's view on Ether. So they did a whole revamp on the submissions, basically removing the staking aspect of their grayscale or ETF, if you will. Because I know like Grayscale and a whole lot of other people had the staking concept in there as well, maybe earning some additional yield, and so they removed that concept of it for the sole purpose that the Howey test saying like, okay, if this is why you need it to be done, we'll resubmit it without the staking mechanism of it. And then they doesn't seem like they still are going to approve those as well. So let's just kind of read through here real fast. To support his argument, he recalled to on-spot ETFs whether the entities had correctly submitted proposals to list commodity ETFs. Why would you okay? The SEC asked commenters if the Ethereum spot ETFs, whether these filers have properly filed the ETF listing proposals as commodities. This shows the SEC is perhaps considering to ETH or that ETH as a security in their denial. Odds of approval remain the same, slim to none. All right. And this is kind of one of those things that you can kind of see as people are going through and saying the whole thing, right? Is ETH the commodity? Which at one point in time, it actually was before they switched over to the ETH 2.0 network. And then it became drama again of being, is it a security at this point in time? And by the way, the SEC is going after freaking everybody right now. I mean, they're just going after everyone and their mother, trying to get any money they can. Maybe they're broke. Obviously, we know the government's absolutely broke at this point in time. So maybe they're just trying to do what they can just to make it happen. But it says Bloomberg analyst James Seyfar, that's a funny name. I'm sure I said that wrong, by the way, too. Also believes that the SEC's chances of abandoning Ethereum ETFs increased after the regulator called ETH a security again. Looks like odds just went up for SEC to... Oh, man, I didn't mean to click that. Which, by the way, can we talk about why it's still twitter.com instead of like X? But again, like, anyways, that's why I'm going to still call it Twitter. It's called tweets. It's called Twitter. Anyways, not a guarantee that they will do this, but I think this almost guarantees that the SEC is at least considering it, not groundbreaking. But first, I've seen public SEC documents, right? And so they are basically still saying that it's not a commodity. Also, I should add, I personally still think it's more likely that the SEC does not claim Ethereum to be a security in these denials that are coming over the next week or so, but we'll know soon enough, right? And so I believe they're going to have some time frame to give us an answer as to like why they're denying it right here. But last week, the SEC extended the review period for an application to launch an Ethereum-based spot ETF from Invest Galaxy. The next deadline is July 5th. In addition, on April 23rd, the SEC postponed its decision on the Templeton spot Ethereum ETF with the deadline of June 11th. Before this, regulators extended the review period for a similar application from BlackRock, and it just seems like they just keep on going and doing the same thing, right? So nothing's really changed overall on that one. On that one, I don't really see the Ethereum ETF being approved right now, thereby leading more people of this boredom situation, right? Because they were kind of hoping that that would be the next news that would cause the next rally. Unfortunately, right now, we're just gone into the normal cycle of every single Bitcoin halving that's ever happened previously in the history, which is essentially sideways, if not down, for at least the next 4 months. So can you last just a little bit longer is always the question. DGen Chain Network halts production for over 42 hours. Cool. Poly Market raises $70 million backed by Peter Thiel's. VC firm Mercurio, Meteor Wallet partner for simplified crypto purchases. They're going to get sued by the SEC. Like anything that you can create right now is going to get sued by the SEC. It's just wild, man. Wisconsin holds nearly $170 million in Bitcoin ETFs. There you go. A Ripple to develop EVM XRP Ledger sidechain. Tornado Cash developer sentenced to 64 months for money laundering. Dude, that's crazy. You freaking develop code and wrote code, and what people do with it is whatever the fuck you want to do with it, man. But like you're sentenced to 64 months. I feel bad for that individual. Hasn't he already been serving for like 2 years already at this point? On May 14th, a trio of Dutch judges found the Tornado Cash developer guilty of aiding $2.2 million in money laundering through Ethereum-based crypto mixers. Well, that's not good for the Samurai Wallet or Samurai Cash or Samurai Wallet developer either right there. That's just a now we have some precedent as to what that looks like. Lawyers defending Pertsev had argued that it was unfair to hold developers liable for building smart contract protocols accessible to anyone, a stand that crypto industry stakeholders have long since echoed. That's not a good that's not good for, again, whenever you're talking about previous items to be looking back on. Prosecutors in the Netherlands countered by insisting that the Tornado Cash contributor failed to stop the platform from criminal elements such as North Korea's cyber criminal group Lazarus. The 3-judge panel sided with prosecutors asserting that Tornado Cash was built intentionally for illicit activity. One judge also said that technological ideology does not exempt individuals from the scope of the law. First arrested in August of 2022. Yeah, so it's already almost been 2 years now. Days after the U.S. Treasury Office of Foreign Affairs Control sanctioned Tornado Cash over money laundering and illicit finance allegations. Jeez, man. $600 million back on Axie Infinity, Axis Infinity's Ronin Bridge, which is coincidentally crypto's largest hack to date. Following 8 months in jail, he was released, placed under house arrest. The judge ruled that his initial 8 months incarceration would be removed from his 64-month sentence. It will now serve 4 years and 6 months in prison, and his lawyers will now have 14 days to appeal the verdict. Damn, dude, that sucks for precedent on crypto, by the way. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, like saying that just because you develop something and it's code and it's open source, it doesn't negate from the fact that you still went ahead and actually built it for whatever purpose they say. And if they want to claim it to be illicit or whatever, it's that's not necessarily a good thing, boys and gals. Yeah, Armando, for sure. Diamond hands all day. There's so many scams at this point, nothing to do but be an RH Maxi. Yeah, there's plenty of scams out there, and that's the dumb part, man. All the people who are actually scamming are getting away with it, and all the people who are actually building shit, doing shit the right way, keeping shit transparent, doing things the process that they so-called system or government is asking for them to do, it's still leading them to end up getting in a lawsuit, which is why you have situations such as, the MetaMask wallet getting created. Like, that's another situation that you're going to say, cool, well, the MetaMask wallet was just used as this. And yeah, I don't care if it was created that for the consensus people, right? That's what I'm saying. Not a good precedent, by the way. Tornado Cash co-founder Roman Storm and Roman Simonov are accused of violations in the U.S., with Storm's court case still ongoing. Authorities have also directed investigations to platform like Samurai Wallet as the DOJ and Financial Crimes Enforcement Network FinCEN clamp down on crypto mixers due to the lack of concise DeFi and digital asset regulations in the U.S. That's what I'm saying. They just need to make some fucking rules, but instead they're just suing everyone and then coming up with whatever reason they want to. Due to lack of concise and digital asset regulations in the U.S., the case against crypto mixers and privacy protocols is particularly contentious as lawmakers and enforcement agencies are at odds regarding policy interpretation. It's a bipartisan duo of senators questioning FinCEN over a crypto mixer lawsuit built on the back of classifying such entities as illegal money transmitters. Again, not a good definition right there, folks. Not a good definition. Not for precedent to be set. Not like that. SEC's hostile stance threatens U.S. crypto innovation. Yeah, dude, everyone wants to get out. Like, and I don't blame them, man. I really don't. Like, imagine, I was thinking about this the other day, like, just in general, like, you can go out to the UAE, for example, and they're a lot more fucking open with crypto in general, and it's pretty damn good place. And from what you hear and from what you see, a good place if, like, you're wanting to go and be a company who's involved. And then guess what? You just exempt anyone in the US, so that way you don't have to worry about any bullshit coming back. And however people access it, they go through on and connect VPNs and all that good stuff. Well, it's kind of the similar situation that, It's not good stuff. Not good stuff. Not looking good for the U.S. Not looking good for crypto. Not looking good for future development or even maintaining a good stance in technological advancements, because people will just be moving, and it will basically exempt all the people in the U.S. So pretty shitty there. Fidelity leads as spot Bitcoin ETFs start the week with positive inflows. Yeah, it's something I didn't check. Let's see how the inflows actually looked over here on the ETF. So let me pull up a different chart real fast. Here we go. None of those. Oh, here we go. This one right here is what I was looking for. Bitcoin strategy platform.com. So you can actually see that Grayscale once again coming through as always, selling their Bitcoin. It's something that they like to do. BlackRock didn't do anything today at this point. Fidelity leading the way at 612. Again, today is Tuesday, and I understand that, right? But again, just looking at what happened yesterday, we don't have the report as of just yet. There are some that are trickling right here for some of these down here for today. Again, this is what I was saying. For the most part, it's always like a easy wash. It's like basically you're trading hands from one person to another, or one ETF to one ETF to another. And then yeah, just a matter of what's actually going to end up happening. I still think BlackRock absolutely freaking crushes on the overall of crypto that they have. What else we got in crypto news? Fetch AI price could witness a death cross if this last support is lost. Damn. Well, I haven't ever looked at a Fetch AI chart, but now I think it's time to take a little gander at the Fetch AI chart. What do y'all think? FET? Fetch? Oh, I'm on stocks right now. What the hell? What the hell? Fetch AI. Yeah, let's just pull up this one real quick. This is on the daily. And I'm assuming that they're talking about the whole 5200. So let's just pull up those. There we go. All right. Well, I mean, that's not on the daily. It looks good. What does it look like on the weekly? Whoops, that's monthly. And we don't have enough data for the monthly. Heck, do we even have enough for the weekly? Don't have enough for the weekly either. Wonder what they're talking about. I assume this is the same. I mean, I don't think there's too many Fetch AI items that I could be pulling up right here. I mean, I don't see the death cross coming just yet. Basically, the death cross is saying that the 50 MA is going to go below the 200, which at that point in time constitutes the death cross. That is the EMA. Maybe I have to pull up just the MA cross. See if we can do this one. And yep, I don't see that one happening either right now. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know. I don't see it, but cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. maybe they're just talking about if it just doesn't hold past $1.63. I don't know. That's what I get for looking. I got caught up in their news over here. Binance suspends XRP support in multi-asset mode. How Dogecoin can benefit from Roaring Kitty's return. Facts, dude. Dogecoin's gonna randomly benefit because if you have to understand that when Roaring Kitty returned, man, it was like you're gonna get the hype of AMC, you're gonna get the hype of GameStop, you're gonna get the hype of the meme coins that were around back then. Dogecoin was one of those that also rallied at the same time Roaring Kitty had the whole GameStop situation happen. By the way, dude, go check out that movie Dumb Money if y'all haven't seen that. It's on Netflix. Fire freaking movie. I think I don't watch a movie too many times typically, but I watch that movie so many times because it just hits on multiple areas of like the traditional investment psychological craziness roller coaster that you can go on. So again, Dumb Money, go check it out if you haven't already. Coinbase's legal plea to Ripple, Robinhood ignore SEC tactics. Vitalik Buterin proposes new gas type for Ethereum, call data in EIP 7706. Well, now I'm just curious as to what they're talking about over here, man. You got me sucked in. What we talking about? Introduces EIP 7706, creating a specialized gas type for Ethereum called data transactions. Proposes a distinct call data fee market featuring separate base fees and block limits. The proposal seeks to lower costs and improve blockchain security by recalibrating fee mechanisms. Creating a separate fee market for call data. This market will be distinct from existing gas markets for transaction execution and data storage. It will have its own base fee and a dedicated per block gas limit. This significantly reduces the theoretical maximum size of call data per block. Preliminary economic analysis are promising. They indicate that this adjustment could substantially lower call data cost, making it more economically viable and attractive for users. They're gonna work on. I'm telling you, like, that's why I'm still buying my Hex over on PulseChain, staking it over on Ethereum, bridging it over when I've amassed a certain amount, because like they're gonna get the shit together in the future. And heck, dude, 4 Gwei, it's a lot cheaper right now than it once was, right? And so if you're looking to do something, that's how you're doing it right there. That's how you can get it done. Let's see. Security considerations are paramount. By simplifying gas handling mechanisms and reducing maximum block size, the proposal aims to mitigate potential security risks. These risks are associated with block processing and transaction fee calculations. They're designed to be making it more challenging for malicious actors to manipulate transaction fees or block sizes, enhancing overall security for Ethereum. And guess what? Anything that happens over on Ethereum, we can get it added over to PulseChain too. That is pretty damn freaking cool, because it is literally a fork of Ethereum, right? So pretty damn cool there. Pepe climbs to new all-time high amid rising demand. Pepe is going to be another one that's also going to pump in the eyes of all this. GameStop, Roaring Kitty, that kind of stuff. Avalanche price resets, rest at critical support level for next move. I think all prices, personally, because they all follow Bitcoin. And if I think Bitcoin's going to go down, they're all going to go down just a smidge lower. So just prepare yourself for that and make sure that you're ready, because over the next 4 to 6 months, things could go down a little bit more. They could basically stay the same. They could go up a little bit more. And then after that 4 to 6 month period, that's whenever the fucking bull market really takes off, where you start throwing darts at any crypto out there and you start getting 10x's, 20x's, 50x's, and you can basically close your eyes, throw a dart, and actually make sure that you're good. And that's what starts happening. That's why I don't believe that we're fully ready just yet. But hey, it is what it is. All right, what else do we have overall? What else do we have? Vanguard said set to name Bitcoin friendly ex BlackRock executive as CEO. Interesting. Here are the meme coins to buy. Yeah, cool. Polkadot Fund 600,000 project to introduce smart contracts using blockchain technology to reduce water shortages. Yeah, I think people are trying to do shit that are like in real life start stuff, like, and they're trying to make it out of like the crypto stuff. I kind of find it comical. Like they had the whole I forget what it was called, man, the Shark Tank situation with crypto people. It had like Ran, it had Crypto Wendy or Wendio, it had, you know, a few other people as well. And it was just comical, man. I thought that show, they aren't even backing it up by anything. They're just like, I'm gonna mentor you. I don't know, man. It didn't really hit the right block, if you're asking me. But it sounds like a lot of people are coming through and doing something similar. But they're like, we can make it to where we can start saving so many people, and they'll get NFTs occasionally. And you know, with those NFT sales, with amassing a certain amount, then we can start getting it, you know, maybe an in-person meeting. And it's just like, they thought about it. It sounds cool. They say some shit like this, and like people fucking ape into this kind of stuff. They just have to say the right words, and people just ape in like it's gonna actually do something good. But unfortunately, most likely nothing will come of this. But anyways, SEC's trying to go again for the debt box suit dismissal. God dang, dude. They just aren't giving up on that, man. Crypto investment funds intake $130 million, while filings reveal new spot Bitcoin ETF purchasers. Yep. Insider at Solana Cipher Protocol admits to stealing 300,000. There you go, folks. Snakes are everywhere. Filing suggests SEC is exploring grounds to deny spot Ether ETFs. Yeah, dude. It doesn't look like the Ethereum spot ETF is going to happen right now. People were just like stoked about this last week too. They were like, dude, it's like a 96% chance that they're going to approve it, because look at them. They're refiling. And why would they refile if they didn't know that they were going to get it approved? Dude, people are absolutely crazy. But they're bored, man. They're really bored. They want something to happen. They need something to happen. They're just looking for something at this point in time. And now, unfortunately, a lot of people are jumping ship to go chase those memes. Memes seem to be the thing that have something happening, right? So they're no longer looking at it from a fundamental aspect. They're no longer looking at it from a technical aspect. They're just looking at it for, I'm bored. I want something to do. Let me jump on. And that's what a lot of people are getting into right now. But hey, it is what it is, right? What else we got? Anything crazy over here? Lido co-founders, your Bitcoin Tornado Cash developers. Yep, saw all these stories already, as a matter of fact, CoinDesk, so thank you for that. What else do we have? Cypher Protocol contributor admits to taking and gambling funds recovered from exploit. Lol, that's funny. He's like, I got the money and yeah, just spend it all. Oh shoot, too funny, man, too funny. Yeah, crazy. He's saying it's unlikely to affect Roman Storm's US. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Probably not. But it does set some precedent, man. And precedent's never good. While Ethereum faces slowdown, RCO Finance charges ahead with innovative features. Yeah, okay. I never got into the whole BDAG thing, so I'm not really going to read anything about that kind of stuff. And doesn't look like, yeah, these are all BDAG endorsements. So congratulations on getting bought out there for sure. I mean, heck, dude. Congrats. Yeah, altcoins are doing their thing. Cool. All right, cool. Anyways, I think it kind of like gives me a little news update over there. I think that kind of gives everyone a heads up. I do hope everyone has a fantastic evening, fantastic week. I hope you keep your heads on straight. I know looking at charts can be absolutely crazy sometimes, so just keep in mind that you got another few months to go, unfortunately, my friend. Like, I'm just trying to give you the mental preparation ahead of time that you can start at least thinking about it. And then whenever the things start really taking off, you'll thank me about it at that point in time. But until then, try not to go chase any of the whole meme coins that are going crazy right now. Again, if you do and you make some money, go back into the stuff that you were doing when it was boring. That's not a bad way of playing it. Again, I'm just sharing this for anyone who is wanting to go in. Don't let that DGM bug bite you too hard at this point in time. Don't let boredom get you to do something that you wouldn't have ever normally have done. Unfortunately, it's going to happen with several individuals out there. So I wanted to thank everyone who's a part of the stream today. I want to thank all the replay gang as well. And of course, all the shout out to the Patreon peeps and YouTube memberships. But as of always, y'all, I'll be back tomorrow with It Is Wednesday, my dudes. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. I want to take a minute and thank all of our Patreon members over on patreon.com. Also want to thank all the badge members for YouTube memberships and all of the subscribers. This would all